say your name and where you from.
And anything else you want.
And give us your age group. You ain't got to give us exact, but just
I don't have no problem with it.
Or be
Yeah,
exact.
me
You
neither.
know.
I'll be exact.
All right, go.
Theresa Baymon from Milledgeville, Georgia. I am 53 years old. Well, 53 years young.
Oh, I'm next. Oh, Tamala Williams. I am from Milledgeville. I reside in Athens, Georgia. I am 38, soon to be 39.
I am Sara Taye. I am 23 years old, and I am from Harlem, New York.
Harlem.
The baby in the bunch from upstate.
Harlem, New York. So why did you leave Harlem? That's interesting.
My
People
mom,
don't leave, the city.
my mom and my dad got divorced.
Okay.
And my dad, well, really, my dad played us. He said, because we had a bodega and everything up there. And he was like, y'all, because all my family was in Georgia. And they was like, go ahead and move down there. I'll close up shop and come.
Okay.
And it didn't happen, so.
So y'all moved.
Yeah. Well, I moved down here really young, but I go back every year. And I did finish high school in New York. So I'm really like Southern and Northern. I'm a good mix.
Right.
Because I am very country, so.
Is that right?
Yes.
I can't tell.
I'm country with a K. So
I am
She
very
said she
country.
country with a K. Like
I feel like I am. I feel like I'm country,
hey, I'm
but
country with a K.
Grits. Salt
yeah.
or sugar?
Salt, honey.
Salt.
Salt and
Salt.
peppers.
No sugar.
Salt and peppers and
I
cheese
will
and
put
that thing.
sometimes I will
Honey.
put
Tell
strawberry jelly in them though.
On your grits?
Yep, and still
I've
have
never heard
pepper
that
in them,
before.
pepper, salt, and then some strawberry jelly.
Salt, pepper, cheese.
I got that's the
Cheese
after the
and
club
salt.
special.
I've never heard
I had my daddy
Cheese
showed me
and
that
salt?
one day.
No, what
Grape
she
jelly.
just said.
My
She said she put strawberry
stepdaddy,
jelly on
Biggin,
grits.
he taught me
Right.
that one day.
My cousins from Jersey used to come down. They always put grape jelly in their grits.
Mm-mm.
I don't know my stepdaddy, he from here, but
Salt, pepper, cheese.
I
That's
had
it.
came home so drunk and I was like,
Kraft
"Can you take me
cheese.
to Waffle House?" He took me to Waffle House. He said, "Try some strawberry jelly in there."
That's some drunk eating right there.
Yeah, and
High
Almost
one.
hungry,
Yeah.
Drunk and high.
hungry, drunk, high, all of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it was.
Have you
But
ever-
regularly I
that's-
make cheese grits.
That's another
Regularly.
question. Y'all ever do any drugs?
Marijuana.
No.
Marijuana? No
That's it.
cocaine?
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
What is that?
booger sugar.
White girl. Snow bunny.
No.
Oh.
You can get some cocaine.
I don't even like nasal spray. So.
No. Sarah's done cocaine.
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Quit lying. You got some cocaine.
You can tell.
What's it like?
I'm not
What's
gonna.
What's it like? It just make you feel like you high. Just like
You
you
get a lot
smoke.
of energy?
No, I mean maybe because I was at a rave. Oh my God, y'all, Theresa finna yell at me. When
No, I'm not.
I feel like she said, she's like,
A lot of people do
because that's
cocaine.
like my mom. So, but yeah, everybody do cocaine. I was at a rave, I was lit, and I was drinking, and then I was like, my homeboy was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "All right," because that's.
How did he give it to you? Was it like a toot or was it something
Oh
else?
no, I had these long old nails on, and I just scooped. He broke it down, and I just kept scooping
You
it.
scoop it.
I did like 4 bumps.
4 bumps of it.
So it was my first time, and I have bad anxiety, so I was like, that's enough for me. But it just felt like I just got a high all over my body. It felt like I would smoke like a big ass blunt.
Oh, so did it heighten your anxiety as well? You was
It
just
didn't.
like,
I was just floating. I was just like, but I did get a little aggressive like towards the end of the night, but that's it. But I'm already naturally hyped like that, so
Are you an aggressive drunk?
depends. No, but now it's different. Before the baby, yes. Before the baby, I was lit.
you fight?
Oh yeah. I used to be out here. You better ask about me. The last fight I got into, I was actually 6 months pregnant. So,
You fight?
but now I'm not like that. I worked on myself a lot. That was a lot of myself.
Dominican in her.
That's the Moroccan and the Puerto Rican and the white. My mama and them white folks is crazy. Like them white folks is crazy. My grandmama side, I guess they say Irish people are mean though, cause her
Yeah.
family from Ireland. That's it.
I could just pinpoint her doing it.
Because I could tell when I asked the question initially, I could see her reaction, and I looked in her eyes, and her soul told me that.
Oh, what's
that
that?
Wow. Let me stop
She
looking
said,
up.
she said drugs. I said, ooh.
She was like, ooh.
I don't like marijuana. That's
But I mean, that's me being young in Atlanta. How old was I? 21. I was fresh 21. I was out here. I found out I was pregnant a 3 weeks later.
So how do you feel knowing that when I be fussing at my son all the time about
What he
just smoking weed?
because this not me no more.
I know. You don't think I be like overdoing it sometimes?
Sometimes because of the fact that
How old is
there's
your
a
son?
24.
24.
The fact that everybody has their own thing, even yourself.
Yeah. I guess I just look at it because I've never done it
Just
before.
because something is prescribed doesn't mean it's
You know,
not. It doesn't
even
help your.
It was
mood.
right there. You know, I've been around people that have done it.
Yeah.
But I never.
You
But
should smoke some weed.
But smoking weed is totally different.
You trying to say I'm uptight?
No, I'm just saying.
She
you
has
should
her
just smoke
moments
weed.
though. No, because she's extra. No, we're not
So
gonna
give
do
her some
that.
weed, let her smoke.
No,
some
because
weed.
I bought her like the CBD.
No,
I
give
bought her the
some
flower.
regular weed.
No, but it's like everybody has their own thing. So even just because, say you smoke weed, other people are prescribed pills and that it feels the same as weed, it levels them out the same as weed.
Right.
But just because it's prescribed
Exactly.
means it's okay.
Right. Exactly.
So you think I act different?
No, I think that sometimes you do too much, and that's just I think that though.
You think
That's
she
just-
needs to smoke some weed?
No, I mean you don't have to because the weed doesn't necessarily change who you are. Because I used to smoke all the time, and I don't smoke like that anymore. I barely smoke. If I smoke, it's because my boyfriend's like, "Hey, babe, you want to smoke with me?"
Right.
But that's a lot of me like learning who I was through like the meditation I learned how to do, having to cut off stuff inside myself to where I didn't need to depend on any other substance.
Right.
Because I used to drink every day,
Right.
starting at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Ooh.
Dang.
I'd drink a 40. Ask about me. Everybody, all my family comes to the house. They'll be like, I can't believe she not drinking.
40 ounce of what?
Of Corona, Miller's High Life, whatever you want. And I was big as
You
hell.
drinking OE 8 ball?
Honey, drink the whole thing. 45 if I need to. You know what I'm saying?
She said, honey.
I would be drinking, like, and it was just unhealthy, but I know now that I look back on it, all the things that I was going through throughout that time.
What was your childhood like?
It was straight. It was all right. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of stuff.
That's just like a basic thing, though. You know, you kind of go through a phase of where
Yeah, but I mean, I know everything that was leading up to that was because of my mental health from what I went through as a child.
You were molested or something like that?
Oh yeah, but like that's like
Who
that
molested you?
huh?
Who was it? Who molested you?
Would
I need
you
to
want to
go
have?
to
What's their name?
His name is
Yeah, go
Bill.
ahead.
He was my step grandfather.
Mhm.
He was actually I thought he was my granddad, but then I didn't know that he wasn't actually biologically my.
Right.
But that had a big effect on. But that I kind of am grateful for that because I got out in the game sexually a lot later.
Mhm.
Because I would still have like anxiety attacks.
Right.
Like even if like I told you, it took me 3 years to have sex with my boyfriend. Like I would just have panic.
It's a real thing, though.
Yeah, I would
It's a
panic.
real thing.
And I didn't understand it until, cause I don't know, like maybe, cause some people think anxiety is not a thing or they don't know what it is.
Right.
So I used to they used to give me Ambien when I was little cause my anxiety attacks would be so bad and they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some people don't understand until I went to, I don't know. I don't want to make it sad about.
No, it's not sad.
It's not sad.
It's actually a real thing, and I think
Yeah.
when you talk about it sometimes, and other people see you talking
Yeah.
about stuff, express stuff like that, people that are in their shell that haven't said anything
Yeah.
about it, it helps.
'Cause
them
I have no
express
problem.
themselves.
Yeah, I have no problem
Well,
talking about it.
Because it's therapeutic. When you get shit off your
Yeah.
chest, it's very therapeutic.
And I go hard about it with my kids.
Mhm.
I go hard about it with any child, anybody, because you can automatically, even now that I'm older, I can see when things are happening to kids because I went through that.
Right.
Because I'll go in there and tell her, I'll be like, something ain't right. I think that I'm seeing something, if I see any child acting a certain way.
Right.
Because when you're a child, you're molested, you start having, you want to have sex now. You want to do things early. You're more interested in, more. It depends on how long you're molested, what's happened to you, but now you know more. And your innocence is, you don't have that much innocence no more. So now you know too much. But now you still have to be that little kid, even though somebody done took that little kid out of that body. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, but it's before their time.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Like you're 4 years old being molested at the time. Well, I was like, what, 3 years old? And then I went to counseling when I was about 4. So it was like between like 2 and 3. That's when I was able to tell when I was closer to 4.
Was it aggressive molestation?
It
or
was like, it started to be. That's why I told. Because at first, pedophiles make it a game.
Right.
Most of them, they'll groom you to, grooming is their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make you feel comfortable with them. You'll love that person so much. They'll be like your favorite person in the world.
Right.
And then that's when they take that opportunity. And that's the messed up part about it.
Right.
Because I remember having so much love for my grandpa. And then I remember things like, I can still remember how he smells and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a trigger too. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
certain
Absolutely.
things. And I remember when I told, I was so scared. I thought I was going to get in trouble. But I was so hurt because I was actually hurt that time. You know what I'm saying? Like it hurt that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I went and told him. And then that's when,
That's when it stopped.
yeah, my grandma tried to kill him though. Like my grandma really
When
tried
she
to kill
found
him.
out about it, she.
Yeah. But it's not, but it was,
Real.
but it's a common thing.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a common thing.
But it wasn't, it's not, that's not the first time. I'm not the first child in my family that's been molested.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It's
Have
a
you
very,
had conversations with like some of your other relatives? And
Oh, yeah, 'cause yeah, they all knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew when it happened because my family, like, that's when my family, we're not close now, but everybody was very close then. But my cousins have also been molested.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like something like, you know how they say it's a curse, like a family curse type thing? But it was just, I feel like it was irresponsibility on their end.
Mm-hmm.
They were being irresponsible adults because sometimes it was like certain people didn't want to leave that man because of the financial stability.
Right.
Sometimes they were just too in love. Sometimes they didn't know, but then when they found out, they swept it under the rug instead of taking real action to it. It's just something that it was good that I feel like the family did spread apart because now I know that won't happen.
Right.
It's weird.
But moving forward,
Yeah.
I mean, your life now at this point and everything, because you had these type of experiences,
Mhm.
and you're able to see,
Mhm.
and I'm just gathering that your cohesion with your family members now at a certain level, not the past, is better.
Yeah,
Because,
definitely. Me meeting them, I met them at like, whoa, like,
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
It's
Hug her,
okay.
hug her, give her some love.
That's what this show
This
is.
ain't-
That's what this show was really meant
ooh,
for.
I don't like that.
It's a serious, real
Yeah.
thing. It's
Like-
a serious, real thing.
Real women go through real things.
Real things. And
That's
this is
what
real.
this show was basically meant for you guys, not for us. That's
Oh,
why
honey,
we,
y'all gonna get a good one today.
that's why we
We're not
took
in-
ourselves
We took
from.
ourselves out of it.
It used to be a conversation when we would sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And we would talk
But
to
yeah.
women.
We will be in the
me
picture.
being,
Like, no,
me
we're not doing it.
entering their family, it was like an instant, everybody automatically just loved me, automatically accepted me automatically. Because she met me during one of like the hardest times. Because I had just had my son. I was literally like by myself because when I was pregnant was the time to like take myself. I knew I needed to get away from certain things. And my family is a very toxic family. I love them to death. I'll always be that person for them if they need me. But at the same time, you have to step away from it. And I was totally alone. I was by myself. And that's when I met them. I met Mark, her son. And then once I met her, we automatically been together. Everybody was, like I live with them. She ain't never let nobody live in her house.
Right.
Like,
Never. And that's strange because I don't get along with females like that.
So yeah, that was like, they did that for
Tell
me.
her, Tamala.
Yeah.
They
and we
have
related.
been
And we,
such a-
yeah.
And
Such
we're
a-
related.
Such a
First cousins.
blessing. You know what I mean?
No, and that's really,
Yeah.
really good stuff because, you know, a lot of times, once again, I know we touched on it lightly early and everything,
Yeah.
but family structure can be toxic
Yeah,
in a
very.
certain degree. And you think, hey, because they're family, that they're so supportive and that they're doing the right things, but sometimes it's not the right things. Sometimes they do stuff for petty or greed reasons and all this type of stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm a firm believer that just because you're family doesn't mean you have to hold concrete to that. If you're not right and you're not doing something right, you don't have to be a part of that. You don't have to be a part
Yeah,
of
at
that.
all.
You want to be a part of something that is beneficial and that is like being it's something that's contributing to your happiness, something making you feel good and fulfilled in life and everything. Everybody wants to be in a good situation, And if the situation's not good, don't stay there.
Yeah.
Don't even deal with it. I don't have, just because you're family doesn't mean I need to be good with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And they know that. And I'll be like that. She knows.
Yeah.
Because sometimes she'll used to be like, when me and my mom would get in certain situations, she'd be like, but that's your mom. And I'd be like,
So?
and I'm her daughter, so what's the difference?
I mean, it's hard to say that
Yeah.
on that level of mom and daughter or mom and son or whatever that dynamic
once
is.
you've
But, hey,
learned that in your head, and
it's
I'm
not
glad
good.
that I got it young.
Right.
Because some people, like Bethany, takes 30 years to realize they need to let a certain person go. So.
And I think that was part of what one of the conversations we were having yesterday. It was about the different. It was about marriage and not staying in bad marriages or bad situations if that dynamic and kids are involved and everything. And one of my things was on that. I agree with it.
Yeah.
But also, it's also opposition to whereas, is it bad or is it bad? Because if it's not bad, and you have other people involved, like you have children and everything, yeah, you can stay there for a time and everything to keep it right, because it messes kids up to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be in you could be in that marriage or relationship and everything and somehow make it work so the kids don't get effed up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's levels to it. If it's at a extreme where it's abusive, like seriously abusive and all of that, yeah, you probably shouldn't be there. You know, figure something else out, get out of the situation and everything. So that was my only observation or what I've had to say toward that type of situation. If it's not there, and everyone has their own reasoning.
So
what is
Yeah, 'cause I'm totally different.
what is your definition of bad but not too bad? Like cheating and stuff like that.
Okay, this is why I say that. Some people are like, oh, they didn't pick that piece of trash up off the floor right there. It's irritated me, and I'm done. I'm out.
Oh, that's
I'm
different though.
No,
No,
You don't have-
you wanted
but
to
you'd be
leave.
surprised.
Yeah, you
wanted
did.
It'd be like
You wanted to
little
leave.
things.
But then
No, this is why I say this. Little things that you think in the beginning really irritate you. It might be little thing here, little thing there. Stay in a relationship over years. Those little things don't even matter anymore. You
Yeah,
don't even
'cause
look
you
at
learn that
those
person.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You look over there because you learn this is how that person is. This person may not like washing dishes. So you may have to take on that task. You may not like it either, but you don't want dishes dirty,
Yeah.
so you're gonna wash those dishes. But there's something they really, but it's degrees of it and everything. It may irritate the crap out of you in the beginning. Like, hey, why they keep putting them that?
But
dish,
then you
and
just
they didn't
learn
wa-
to
They didn't
do
take
it.
the food out the dish and put it in the trash bag before they
Look,
put the
she's
dish.
looking at me.
I know y'all laughing, but it's a real thing.
Yeah,
it's
you're
little
right.
stuff.
You're right.
You think it-
That's like me having a fit about that trash
This
this morning.
is to my point. Over years, you be like, okay, I understand how that person is. And if you have the means, everybody's situation is different. Well, we're gonna bring them. I don't like doing it. We're gonna bring a maid in 3 times a week. They're gonna clean that stuff up. We ain't got to deal with it. It's not an issue. Or I just deal with it myself and everything because I know that person's like doing it, doesn't do it and everything, and it's done.
Yeah.
And it's just because I know that's just one of the things.
That's the way
They might do something else that's beneficial, but they don't like doing that.
That's how I.
So that's
you know,
what
I
I'm
just
saying.
say,
There's
just bump it
degrees
out.
to this. Some people blow stuff up when it shouldn't even be blown up and
Yeah.
everything. They think that little small thing is a big thing, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But you only understand these things over time and experience, and you add wisdom to your being. And once you have that, then you understand, hey, that's not really, and that's when you can go out and you can educate others because people don't see it.
That's
at
what.
that.
That's why I talk to Sarah a lot. Just like, you know, some of the things that I go through with my friend. You know, like some of the stuff that he says. You know, like, cause Sarah said I act different when he's there.
Very. Very. It's not an acting different. It's she's timid. She's timid. She's not herself. She's enclosed. That's it. Period. I act like this in front of Mark. Period. That's it. You getting what you
You don't
get.
change.
But see,
No.
that was my point. If you're in a marriage, little things, big things, to me, it's a balance. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
But if it's important to you, then it has to be important to the other person.
Yes.
If that other person doesn't take that importance, if I don't like washing the dishes, oh well. I have to understand that the dishes need to get washed. I can't say, well, I don't like doing it, so that's on you.
Yeah.
So to me, things of
I
that
don't know.
nature, because that one thing turns into two
know,
things,
because-
3 things, and it becomes a one-sided relationship.
I don't know.
So to me, I don't see the concept of staying in a one-sided relationship.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I guess it's like a mixture of old school too.
Yeah, it's a mixture of old school because, like, my parents, they've been together for 51 years.
Right.
Now, I've seen my mom endure so much. They probably don't think we remember, but I remember, you know, my dad going out, my dad drinking. Y'all probably
Think
wouldn't
that.
think that he would do that. Yeah, and I remember sometime my mom stopping at the, you know, she would kill me for saying, stopping him at the door so he couldn't go out to the club. And she would just be sitting there crying.
Well, she put a chair in front of the door or something like that?
No, she would just be trying to block him. And he would just put her to the side and say, you know, he's going. He would leave.
Mhm.
And because she never wanted to go out. And then I know, like, you know, different relationships that I've been in, she would tell me, you need to just pray about it. It'll work out. That's what I've done all these years, and I'm like,
Well, if you're not happy, I don't feel like that is a good thing. Like,
but that's how it was. Just like you know,
Mike
I
don't
look
wash
at
dishes.
just like, you know,
because her parents taught him. men don't wash
my
dishes.
parents, all of them, you know, my
Why don't
uncle,
wash
your dad, all of us are close, and you know, even though he was the same way, he would, you know, tell you, no, you in this, you gonna, you know, you just gonna have to pray about it. It'll work itself out.
That's what they're used to in their
Their time.
generation. Yeah, they was raised on turn the other cheek.
Well, the generation was very different.
Yeah.
Because there was the provider, which was the man.
Mhm.
And back then they provided, you know,
and those
for
women stayed home.
2 families.
So that's kind of, that's how it went. So if the man of the household, then more than likely, if, you know, if you got a family, it's the wife and the kids, they're in a big situation because if he bounce and leave, she hadn't worked. She hadn't had work experience. So she's got to get out there and figure it out. Now, there's been women that have done that. But it's the difference of if I want to go out to the club, now if we want to talk this generation or this time and age, if your man likes going out, either you knew that when you met him, or he just started going out for some reason. If that's what he was when you met him, then yeah, you need to go to the club too.
Yeah.
That's part of being in a relationship. Now, he needs to do whatever it is you like to do. So if you like to get up every Saturday morning and go thrifting or whatever it is you want to do, then he got to get up. So it has to be a true balance. If you don't have a true balance, how bad, I don't get into that. This is me. I don't get into all that. It's either we're going to make a compromise to make it work, or we're not. And if we're not, it's cool. Sometimes being apart is, you know, I don't see why when people break up. Now, if you break up for cheating, that's one thing. But if y'all going through something and y'all breaking up, smile, have a hug, smash one more time, and then bounce, and then go do your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll come
Everybody
back.
will be
Because
happy.
everybody, that's how I feel like I've had that with none of my exes were on bad terms except for one.
Yeah, it just makes
It just
Smash
didn't
him
work.
before you left?
No.
Oh. I'm just going on what he said. That's what he said.
No, I'm saying like
Once you gone,
none of my exes
that's it.
I have never
It's like the exit
had bad
interview,
terms
you know?
with. They still to this day will try to reach out and be like, how your family?
So y'all experience y'all exes reaching out back to y'all?
Oh,
Oh
Always.
yeah,
Always.
every
Always.
time. They always gonna
Yeah,
come
always.
You
back.
don't get one chance with me.
Have you ever reached back out to
No, you don't get one chance
You
with me.
never got like late night, you was sipping and you be like, oh,
No drunk texting, no none of that.
None of that?
You get one chance with me, and that's
I
it.
had one to tell my sister, where's your sister? Tanya's like, I'm not telling you where my sister is. You have to understand my sister when you meet her. She was like, well, if you don't tell me, there's going to be repercussion. I'm like, what?
What you talking about?
I know,
Yeah.
right? Tanya was like, and then he's on the police force.
I don't know.
Oh, the police guy was looking for You.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he said it's gonna be because if he don't. Okay, I got you.
Because when they try to like reach out to inbox, I don't answer the phone. I don't respond to messages. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I ain't thought
I
about
dated
that
a
yet.
50-year-old.
I'm 23, so I ain't never
I
thought
dated a
about. I don't want no
50-year-old.
granddaddy dick, you know, like.
But he didn't look. He didn't look. Now you
Now, you know, it's a
50.
lot of them over there out there, they go hard.
I understand.
They go hard.
Break it.
Man,
Break it
at
down
the
back.
time, this was like, I don't know how old he is now, but at the time, this like had been about 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years ago. It was, I mean, my mom than that. He was 62 at the time. And that dude, man, he was going hard out there in the world.
He was 62?
He was an ex-politician out of Detroit, Michigan. He was a divorcee.
He was
He
probably.
had like 2 or 3
He
girlfriends.
popping
and
pills
Yeah.
like crazy.
But some
People
people are
don't need
healthy
it.
and don't need it.
They
Yeah.
don't need
that
it.
dude was going hard.
Cause the 50-year-old I would date, yeah,
He needed.
no. He did
I'm
not.
talking about
He
all
was like a 30-year-old.
And he could drink like a sailor. I was
Yeah.
like, dang.
He probably didn't do too much. He was probably a lot healthier when he was younger too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I
he
guess
probably
that-
built himself up to be like that.
You think so?
Because I feel like
slow.
I feel like anybody that's
Hold on.
Don't pay that no attention.
no, because I ain't trying to let us to be out like that.
That is not exact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more level. I'm looking at it right now. It's more like level from here.
How can you
So
see?
like here up.
Because I'm looking at the screen.
So like
right
here up.
Yeah, it's only
Okay.
there up. That's just a big.
Yeah, that one is from. Yeah, it's from like right. It's
Oh,
from
you
like
done
right.
turned
It's
it
from
up.
like right here up.
We can't see it.
I'm just saying the angle will make me look fat, swole.
You're not.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
I ain't
you're
trying to.
good.
Oh,
You're leaning all on her. I don't know why you twisting
Cause
like that.
I ain't want to sit straight because I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because now I got a straight shot of you right there
Okay.
and everything. So
Okay.
you know, so you're not all on her.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, why are you getting this thoughts together? What's your theory on bringing your man around your girlfriends?
That was one of them.
Why not?
We just had that
Yeah,
discussion this
we
morning.
did. I know. They try to act extra, be loud, want the attention on them. I know. No.
So you won't put your man in.
And that's crazy because it's your friends.
No. What?
Still-
The guy who's just a friend?
It depends on. It
It's your
depends on.
man,
Yeah.
but you have a group of friends.
It depends on my man.
Girlfriend.
No, see I don't have
Because
a
if
girlfriend.
you know some guys,
You know what you
I
cool with.
huh?
No.
Some guys
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to handle that. For instance, because like I would say Southern guys,
Mm-hmm.
they're given to that. But
So
What do you mean by
yes,
that?
most of the
Because I
guys
guess
down
they're saying-
here, you know, guys from like Georgia, Alabama,
The South.
Yeah.
the South, they give into it because if they get that attention, they
But your friends should not be giving your man any type of attention.
true, but like I said, they don't know. You know, most guys down here don't know how to handle it. Now, if it's a guy from up north, they're gonna represent. They're gonna say, "Aren't you so and so, friend? Why would you come? You know, come at me like
You're right.
that."
Mm-hmm.
From my experience, and you're right. Yeah, but I know. I did it for, and no. She was extra and loud and want to bring up old stuff about me, my past in front of him.
Then that's not
don't
your
do that.
friend.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're not friends no more. We're
And
not
then,
friends no more.
and then, you know, sit there and just say, find some kind of way to get in contact with the person when you're not around.
Exactly.
I've had that
Mm-hmm.
done to me.
Send them friend
You
requests
know,
on Facebook.
you know,
put 'em on
came
social
close
I
to-
understand.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Send a,
Yeah.
That's what happened to me,
Mhm.
you know.
you don't
with,
need to be friends with them on Facebook and all
Exactly.
that. You don't need to be.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
I don't know. That's it depends on who the friend is, because there's certain friends that I know I'm gonna bring my man around. They ain't gonna have they're gonna be regular because that's like family to me because my friends aren't.
Yeah.
I don't have just any friend.
Yeah.
Like Kaya, you see Kaya be at the house. I know she not gonna do nothing, and she know I'll knock her head off. So
Yeah.
that's because you got to put that in place. You know, you have to know people.
Yeah, you
We've
do.
both been around each other's men, kids, birthday parties, all that. I guess it's different now that we're older.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Because I've had friends that I thought were my best friends try to talk to my man or message him on some.
And that's why, I always have that discussion with you all the time. And I say, you're young, you're going to learn. Because, at my age now, I've learned a lot, of different. That's why you don't see me with females.
Yeah.
Me either.
You don't see me posting any guys. Or you don't see me posting my man on
Social media.
Me either.
on social media. I'm not gonna do that. They would never find out who it is.
Exactly.
You may
Unless
hear
they
me call
see
the
you
name
together with
if
that
I'm
person.
calling the name correctly.
Yeah.
I might not. I probably say, "Oh, this is Paul" or something. Give him a name. That may not be his name because I done been through so much.
You're right.
Is that on that same question?
Yeah,
Bring your man around? Huh?
Yeah, I know.
that's a no.
That's a definite no. So that's a no across the board.
I get it.
No.
You say
Yeah.
you guess.
Yeah.
So you don't totally
No,
agree with that.
no, I agree with it to a certain extent. It depends on who it is.
Okay.
Because I don't have that many. I wouldn't bring him. Yeah.
It depends on who
Yeah.
the girl, the
Yeah.
female.
Because some females are very devious. They're jealous. They want what you
Yeah,
got.
fuck your man behind you.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Yes.
trying to
I don't
tell
have
Yes.
me.
female
You don't have
friends.
to sugarcoat it.
All my
Yeah.
friends are guys. I don't have female. I
Yeah,
have female
same.
associates, but as far as hanging around a female, no. If it's not family, no.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
do them.
That's it.
Same.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta watch them too.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you talking about your family?
yeah, some of them. But the
So it's certain.
Family give you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
They
some
do-
of 'em,
they do
yeah.
you dirty.
Exactly.
They do you dirty.
They're worse.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Oh, absolutely.
well, I've never encountered any of my family members because they know how Theresa would act.
You
Theresa would show out
go out and break the stick.
Oh,
more than
I'll
that.
probably shoot you.
Hey, go
Mm.
on. You gotta commit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have.
I used to tell my ex all the time. He was like, "T, you just tripping." I'm like, "No, I'm not tripping. I know. I have these instincts. I know.
Intuition is a mug. A woman's
I know what's
intuition.
going
Yeah,
on.
you
You do
always
not
gonna
have
know.
to
You
sit
don't even
there
have to say anything.
Yeah, I said,
Or you don't
okay.
have to look for it. You know what's gonna happen. You feel it. You already know. But just by
Exactly.
them, they just look different in a way.
And then
After
they
did
always
something.
they're gonna
Yeah.
mess up.
Yeah. And then their consistency level drops.
Yeah.
Their vibe with you drops. They get kind of distant a little bit. And you can just tell. You don't have to ask. You don't have to
You
go
don't have
looking
to
for
ask.
nothing. It just comes. Like, okay, you doing something you ain't got no business. I'm gonna find out. So yeah.
It'll come straight to you.
Exactly.
You don't have to go looking.
Just here you go. Rick, silver platter. Here you go. Look what I did.
I'm stupid. I'm done. I'm stupid. Here you go.
Steak or shrimp?
Shrimp.
Steak.
Steak.
Are you good at sex?
Absolutely.
What Tamala Tiger said. Great. I'm just
Now, how do you know you're good at sex?
That's a good
No
question.
complaints.
How do you know that?
No complaints.
No
And
complaints.
after
How they act.
I'm an Aries, and after a couple of years, they do try to come back. Always.
Yeah.
So is that the proof in the pudding when they
That's the
always try to
proof.
return?
Yeah. Are they gonna leave a message? Look, I'm trying to get up. I'm sorry. That's over with.
Chris
Bye.
Brown. Deuces.
Deuces.
Deuces. Deuces.
You should have thought about that.
Yeah.
And what was your response? I didn't really
I
get
said steak. Oh, what he said. I
Yeah.
said great, Tamala Tiger. You gotta look on me. I just say stuff, you know.
She said, what Tony
Totally
Tiger said?
type.
Great.
So tell us,
Ain't no
we
going
want to go through each of you guys. And we're going to ask you one question. What do real women prefer?
No, which the realization is when we did this show, it was all about real women, and the total title of the show was "Real Women Prefer Gentleman Style." Basically, gentlemen, who are gentlemanly to you, so on and so on. Anyway, so the essence of the question is, as a real woman, what do you prefer? And it could be anything. What you could,
It could
the
be
type
like,
of
I
man
prefer
you
walking on the
prefer.
moon. I mean, what
It could
is it?
be, the type of relationship you prefer to be in. It could be the type of job, what you want to do with your life, whatever. What do real
I
women
gotta
prefer?
start. You don't want to start.
I know.
It could
Overall,
be more than one thing.
okay, overall, like during like in a relationship with a man, what you talking about? Or about a man?
Anything.
Anything about a man?
It's not limited
You
to
feel-
human relationships
as
or
a-
anything like that.
yeah,
It
as
could
a
be
woman.
abstract, it could be whatever, it could be anything.
As a real woman,
Mm-hmm.
what do you prefer in life?
You may have stuff that we hadn't even thought about.
Oh, I'm thinking y'all talking about like toward like relationship
You
wise.
can
Like,
I mean, if that's
Okay.
what your
Well,
concentration
okay, yeah.
is, what
Whatever
think,
you want.
it's
yeah, I'm
whatever
gonna do
you
that.
want.
Relationship wise, what I would prefer, I always call it the 3 C's:
Okay.
communication, consistency, compromise.
Okay.
And that right there is pretty much the key and the foundation of a relationship, regardless if it is friendship, marriage,
Mhm.
dating, whatever. If you ain't got none of that, all that love and trust and honesty, that don't goes with that. That's out the window if you don't have those 3 C's.
Mm.
That's what I look for in a relationship, in a man.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that a real woman prefers that's outside of a human relationship?
To be happy. Regardless if
Is there
it's
something,
with
That's it.
something that you want that would make that happiness work? Maybe it's intangible.
yeah.
Like your spirit, like spiritual balance, like
I
balance
don't
within
know if
yourself.
You could be an atheist. I mean, I don't know if you're a spiritual person.
No,
Maybe,
my
but
dad's
I'm not.
a
I
preacher.
meant by like body.
That doesn't mean that you're
Your body
No,
is a spirit.
I mean,
your energy.
I believe in God.
Sinners have souls too.
Everybody, you know, yeah. Everybody's sin.
Purple record.
Everybody's sin. So I mean, nobody, Jesus wasn't perfect. So I mean, you know, everybody's sin.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would like to be closer to God.
Okay.
So that's like my main
Really
focus.
would?
Yes, I would be. I would like to be.
So then real women prefer to be closer to God.
Yeah.
In your opinion.
Yeah. Well, my opinion. Yeah.
Well, it's the only opinion she got is hers.
No, it could be.
She
You
can't
could be
have
sharing.
nobody.
She could be sharing somebody else's thoughts.
No, these are my
But
thoughts.
that's
These are
her
my
thought.
thoughts.
I know it's her thought, but she could be like, you know,
She can't-
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The only opinion she got is hers. Everything else is hearsay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Move
He
right along.
get what I'm saying.
Move right along. Don't get that nigga down there. You know, sitting back here, you know, went to the back.
She understands a smart man.
Oh my God. See, you done gave this
All
nigga
right.
balance back here. You done gave him 11. Now he on his damn side. He on his throne.
All right.
You
Go
over
ahead,
here.
Sarah. Don't listen to this guy. Go ahead, Sarah.
I don't even know what to say. Like,
You're not answering. You just answering for yourself. You're not answering for the
Myself?
populace.
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I know, but like, I guess
What do you prefer? If I took the real women part off, what do you prefer?
I prefer.
For have your toes painted twice a week.
Oh yeah, I like
Oh,
that's
see?
no,
That's what I'm talking about.
that's something
What
I
you
do
prefer?
though. Like I think all women have to do that for themselves. You have to get your toes done, have to get your nails
Women
done.
prefer
Even
having
if you
toes
do it
painted
yourself,
twice a week.
it's something that makes you because of the things that I personally endure throughout the week with the kids, working, my boyfriend, family life. That's my me time.
Yes.
So
Me?
real women prefer me time.
Yes, and getting myself, having my moment to myself, because I feel like if I get too clogged up, I'm not gonna be who I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna internalize everything. I don't have a me time, don't have my break. I'll have everything internalized, and then I'll just not be anxiety filled and spastic. You know how I get. So
You know, it's interesting that you say that. I noticed that a lot of women, they go through an anxiety. They have like these anxieties and everything. I've heard them talk about it more than one time. It's like, oh, this anxiety. They have this anxiety about certain situations and everything that like puts them off balance.
Yeah.
You know. Do y'all
Men
share
have it
that?
too.
Is that a common thing?
men get anxiety too.
Well, I'm sure they do and everything, but I don't hear women speak about it.
Because men don't realize, like I said earlier, people don't realize what they have when they have anxiety. They don't realize that their anxiousness or the way they do certain things. That's why men, like, in my experience with men that have had anxiety, they have substance abuse. They smoke too much. They do something other. They need to be having a hobby or something or they just don't understand. Like, they don't know, they're pacing, they don't know why. And I had to explain to them, be like, listen, it's okay. But we have to figure out what is causing this? What, you know what I mean? Cause I don't know. Cause people are like, I can feel it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You feel people's energy year round.
You can. You
And
really
it's just
can.
you working
And it
on
doesn't take a long time to establish that at all.
especially when you try to work for that.
Yes.
So.
Exactly.
So, Miss Man, we women prefer
Pronounce your first name again?
Theresa.
Theresa.
In the black community, Theresa. Teresa.
She said Teresa.
It is Theresa. My dad, he's the only one that calls me that. And he always used to try to tell me, Teresa, you need to have people just pronounce your name correctly. I'm like, that is okay.
Theresa. I like it. Let's go.
Theresa.
So, what do we want to prefer?
What I prefer, someone that would be on the same page with me, for as doing the things, that we can share doing things alike. Someone that I can just really, really open up to. And I haven't really found that I keep saying my age, but and it's hard.
Is it stressful that it hasn't established itself at this point?
It is.
You're experiencing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the,
I'd rather be with it just someone that I think that bonds the relationship. If you can just open up, if you and that person see eye to eye, you can just open up and just tell them anything, and they're not gonna judge you or
Try to use it against you.
or try to use it against you.
Face, yeah.
Because some things you try to keep to yourself. I've had an older woman tell me one time, whatever you do or whatever you have done, keep that to yourself. Take it to the grave with you.
when you say what?
But I'm a type of person, I do tend to tell a lot.
What does she mean by that though? What you have done?
Anything that
that you think somebody's gonna use against you.
yeah. Whoever you're
Like,
dating.
like secrets, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much secrets.
But that's not a relationship.
Yeah.
But when I guess you still learning how, because see, the way I was brought up is different. Because, I have to hear this from our aunties,
My grandma and them was the same
and
way.
they just, and it's not bad. It's nothing bad that could be told. It just that they just feel that there
You keep it
was, and
privacy.
you just need to keep it a secret, And that's how they done that all their life by keeping a lot of stuff within.
We know.
We know, right?
But that's one of the
We now understand that is not the right way to do it.
yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. But and just like we just found out about Tamala, about a year ago?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
When you say just found out about her.
Like we first
Yes,
cousins.
my uncle, that we're
Yeah.
first cousin. And I went to school with her brother.
Yep.
Oh, you saying you just didn't know y'all were related? Y'all didn't know y'all were family?
So you
Because
did
people
you not
here
know
talk
your
about
dad or
stuff
what?
My mom told me my real dad, I was 16, but I knew before then, I was like 4 or 5 when I used to come around here. He used to call, he used to give my mama money for me. I used to talk to him on the phone. But as growing up, I knew, okay, something ain't right. This got to be my real dad or something, it wasn't right. And like I said, I was 16 when she told me that he was my real dad. I was like, I've been knew that, but I was 19 when he passed away of cancer. So I was kind of upset because I really didn't get to know him like that. So a couple of years later, they found out. I mean, well, she found out because all the aunts and grandma, they knew, obviously. So yeah, that's why we just really found out like pretty much 2 years ago that we're related. So yeah, but I went to school with some of my cousins, so it's not like I don't know these people, you know. Some of them I do know, some of them I don't know.
But you don't know them on that level.
No, I mean I do some like her. I mean her. We just really started to really conversate and talk and hang out stuff like that because before that I didn't know who this woman was. So yeah.
And it happens in the family, and it's something I'm about to share that no one, it just
Yeah.
us in here. Angelica doesn't know. It's like my father. It's been in, you know, my dad, mom. That's why you don't ever hear me talk about her. Because she had mentioned that I wasn't her. Right. Because, you know, my mom, she I was born in Chicago, and my mom graduated in 65. When she graduated in 65, she left and moved to Chicago, and she didn't come back until Tanya was born in 69. She didn't come back to September in 69. She never stepped back into Georgia. So the question there is,
How did she have you?
exactly, because he never went to Chicago. But when I first got my certificate, my birth certificate, because I had to call for it, it had I had the last name Warren on there, and it changed like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I went to school as Bayman, you know. He's the only one I know.
You don't use Bayman anymore? You use Warren now?
I don't use Warren at all.
Just use Bayman.
I just use Bayman.
Well, that's the other thing about, you know, the black community, like I said.
Mark, he don't even know.
Yeah.
We've gone through so many generations of people not telling what's actually the truth or being upfront about what actually happened. So generations find out about this stuff decades and decades later, which makes for a hard time for people to, like with you couldn't really, you know, reconcile anything with your father because he passed away. So y'all didn't get a chance to sit down and have that coming to Jesus moment, like, hey, where you been? What, you know, what was the problem?
I mean, he was in my life, but he couldn't really be in my life because my mom was married at the time.
And he was married.
Yeah, so it was like little side thing going on, but it was not like he didn't acknowledge me.
Right.
He did, but he could only do so much because he had his life and my mama had her life. So yeah, it just, I didn't get to the point I was old enough to sit down and actually have that conversation with him.
But that's, you know, again, we've gone through these generations. It's not just the black culture. I mean,
Yeah.
every culture.
Because my family messed up too.
That's why,
And they mix.
you know, that's why I always tell you it's a lot that goes on that you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, certain, I guess, the way I carry myself sometimes, it's just me hiding
But at the same
what's,
time,
you know, what's going on,
when we
because
have those
I wouldn't
conversations-
dare go to mama and ask her.
yeah. But because I think it's because you see how I react with my family and how I just come out and say things. Because at the end of the day, at the age I am, even though I'm still very young, I'm not going to, if something's wrong, I'm going to point it out. I'm not going to continue to do things that my family have done to us for years. All my cousins, you see how they are. They have been traumatized by their childhood because of the things my grandma taught them all to be in the house, be married, be a wife, deal with getting beat on, deal with the men molesting your children, deal with all that. I love my grandma to death. You know how I am about her. She taught me everything. She kept me for a long time. That's my mama too. But at the same time, I have children. I'm not going to raise them, and I'm not going to continue the world to be the way it is. I'm going to break whatever generational curse I can because I'm not about that. I'm going to promote that positivity into my children, into anybody that I'm around. And I do that to you all the time when I tell you, do not worry about certain things. If something is wrong, I don't care if it's my mama. If she's doing something that I cannot agree with, if she's treating me, you know how she do me. If she's treating me that way, I'm not going to surrender myself, you know what I'm saying? Because she's not going to do that to me no more. Because I'm an adult, I'm a grown-ass woman, and I have children. And my children are not going to see me be abused like I see my mama be abused. I'm not going to abuse my children because I'm so angry. And I don't know how to deal with, you know how I be about whooping them and stuff. Even though I whoop them. But, you know, it's different. You need to learn how to control your anger. You're an adult.
Yeah.
You can't just be whooping kids' ass for doing kid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's what I mean by I'm not going, because I have anger in my she know. I come out, when me and my mama got into it one time. Stuff like that. That's why I give you that advice, because even though I'm so young, I feel like I have a lot of knowledge because of the things I've been through. And I don't want you to continue living your life when you can change it tomorrow. You can change anything. You don't have to keep being in that mindset because that's what you were taught. Yeah, we were taught a lot of things that we don't need to continue to teach ourselves. We need to die who we want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why me and you have that, because I know you would give me advice about not saying certain things or I shouldn't feel a certain way. But I feel like that's why I try to tell you, we need to be able to, we're allowed to have our own feelings. Nobody's allowed to tell us, I give you this speech all the time, nobody's allowed to tell you how to feel. Nobody's going to be able to dictate your emotions because they are yours. You may overreact sometimes, all of that, but that's where I talk a lot, but that's what
She tells me that all the time because of the guy that I'm dating. He does a lot of that.
You believe in therapy?
I do. Well, yeah.
Have you ever tried therapy? Would you try therapy?
Yeah.
The only reason why I ask, and I try to ask this not just on this show, but just in general. As people, not just black people, but as people, we get so caught up in our own imagination that we can always fix things. Sometimes we just can't. We need somebody to come in and sit down with us and show us things that we're not willing to see.
Yeah, and that's me, because I feel that if it's not said, it just leave it alone, you know. And I do try to work things out myself.
I mean, that's the nature of people. We always think we can fix us.
What did you tell me the other day? I'm gonna end up breaking down if I keep taking on stuff.
Yeah, I can give advice.
She just gave me that speech the other day.
I can give advice, but for me taking it myself.
I try to take on anything and everything. And you can't all the time. You gotta turn it loose, right?
Yeah.
Is it hard to make friends with women?
Me?
Did you know?
To make friends, no, it's not hard. It's to keep that friendship.
Keep the friendship. And
yeah.
Is it work you?
Depends.
Yeah, depends.
Because some women aren't who you want to be friends with.
no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it's worth keeping.
I was friends with a girl who was supposedly my best friend for 19 years, and it all ended over a misunderstanding.
Was it small?
It could have been, but she blew it out of proportion. So
Did they have to deal with a man?
yeah,
I figured.
but it wasn't.
Always there was a man.
But it wasn't the okay, we was going after the same man. It wasn't nothing like that. No. The guy, she liked the guy,
He
and
liked you?
yeah. But
She liked the guy?
yeah,
You liked her?
the guy, she liked the guy, and the guy she introduced me to the guy.
He like you.
Yeah, yeah.
Did she not communicate to him prior to that she liked him though?
Yeah,
She did?
he knew she liked her, but
Oh.
he came at me and I'm like, no, my friend, she likes you, but his reason was, I don't like her. I don't care what she does. I'm like, okay, you might not care, but I do, and that's my friend. So I'm not gonna go behind her back and do her like that.
Was he trying to do it? Was you trying
Yeah,
to
he
do it?
fine. He ready, but I mean, but I'm the type of friend I'm not finna, because I don't want nobody to do that to me.
No,
So,
I mean, you know,
but she got mad.
Tempting. Was it tempting?
Did
No.
you like him?
Come
No.
on now.
I mean, no. I mean, I can look at you and like, damn, But other than that, that's it. You off limits. 'Cause even though
Okay.
you like her,
Yeah.
you still off limits to me because she's liking you.
I got you.
So me being a real friend,
Let me ask you
no.
a question though. When does it become not off limits?
When you don't know each other,
When you don't
or you
know
don't
each
like
other.
each other.
So
No,
so-
not that either. If you don't like each other,
I
but if
mean-
you know them, you
But
know, you
I
still
feel
don't want to
like-
go there.
I feel like that's a little different though because it depends on the situation. Because I done told you how me and my friend is. What has happened with us. She's done dated people that, girl.
But see, that's not right.
But at the
You know.
same time,
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
if that
Once-
man
once
is
you-
not
once you
attracted
have-
to me,
okay, say a man comes into your structure, right? Your dynamic, your girlfriend structure, and multiple of you guys or whatever, right? And he's talking to one of you guys, but then if that doesn't work out and everything, he's still single, he's eligible, he's not talking to her anymore. Is he's off limit to the
Yes,
rest
he's
of the
off
group?
limit.
it depends on the
It-
situation
yeah.
with the man.
He's off
Because
limit to the whole crew.
some
Yes,
girls,
he's off
some
limit.
girls are not gonna care though.
If one of my friends been there with that person,
yeah.
Been there.
And
But
I'm not-
so what if they
Sexual wise.
But I'm saying if they were not,
Sexual-wise.
I'm saying it to the point where they try to talk to you, y'all both wasn't interested in each other, but your homegirl still was choosing
Now, if-
you, and y'all hadn't been sexually together, and you'll give her the okay. You get what I'm saying? Because I've had situations where people have liked at me, but I've been in a relationship, and then that's when my homegirl be like, okay, what's up?
So
You know what I'm saying?
you're
But-
saying it has to be a come to council meeting where y'all have to say, hey, okay.
Because
I
it's
would.
not right.
I would.
Can I go ahead and get
I'm not finna ever go. I get what
they
you're
have to say,
saying too.
yeah, it's okay, or nay, you can't do that. If it
Because-
gets that point, or is it like a blanket thing?
No,
It's-
reason
You
why.
can't write
No,
that.
reason
It's like
why-
find a new fish. That fish out. I done picked the fish. It's my pet. I threw it down the toilet. Nobody else can have it. That's how they. That's what they
that's
do.
it.
That's it.
I say
There's plenty of fish, but you can't have that fish.
no. I
That's
say
my
reason
vote.
being, okay, we in a group of friends or whatever. This guy come in, he likes Theresa. They, talking blah 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 blah, and they don't work out. Okay, I'm next in line. I wouldn't go there.
Next in line.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I wouldn't go there. The simple fact because she might think, well, damn, he with her. Now what she doing that I didn't do? So she might try to go back full circle and try to get back with
No,
him.
I'm not gonna.
No, not you per se. I'm just saying in general.
Because that's how women are too.
Yeah.
Because instead of them being like, no, it's not okay. Because some women will come to you and be like, I know y'all didn't work out, but me and him, because it could be a mutual friend group.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
one of the
you know,
men
I've
in your
had-
friend group, y'all get together. One of them get together. Then they're like, well, we really don't like each other, but we're all still friends. Then he's like, oh, I really like you. And then you talk to your homegirl, be like, is it okay? And she say it's okay. Then she like jealous on the inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because people can't be
what
honest.
he see in her that I didn't. He
Yeah.
didn't see in
So
me.
you're saying that's why you keep it totally out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it causes a
But
lot
the
of
problem with that
friction.
is, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, what happens if man walks in, it's three of y'all having a good time, everybody's chilling, having a good time. Walk in, okay, let's say you decide, I like him, he nice, I'm a holler. What if he don't like you, but he likes her?
He probably too old for me then.
This isn't an in general. And that is not necessarily true either.
That's not necessarily true.
Because young guys like older women. So
And there's a lot of young women
No,
that like
I'm not.
older men. There's a lot
We just had that discussion.
of older men.
for
We
in
just
general
had that
question.
discussion. What was it?
In the man in the store. Oh, yeah, when?
Y'all saw older gentlemen that
No, it
was
was a younger guy was trying to say something to me, and then we was in the kitchen, and my son was like, "Oh, something wrong with you? What is wrong with you?" I was like, "I'm not talking to the boy. The boy just."
Oh, yeah. That young boy, yeah.
But the question is in general. If a guy walks in, you decide you like him, he think you cool, y'all chatted up, conversate, but then he decides he wants to talk to her, and he
That's
hits
not
it
my
off with
boyfriend.
her.
That's not my man yet.
But
Like,
in the grand scheme of things, I've heard of women where that causes a damn problem because
Well, I just said we go back around.
Because
and
they be
the girl
like,
feel
because they get jealous.
Yeah,
Jealousy.
exactly.
That's
But
what it is.
as a man, I
Man,
met
so-
all y'all. So
We
Yeah,
think totally
and I
different,
understand.
honey. We
I
think
understand
totally
what you mean
different.
because of the
Yeah.
fact that I think because I've only had really boyfriends, guy friends my whole life, and I have brothers, so it wasn't like that. But I don't know, because I understand, because when I got older and I started hanging out with girls and going out with girls, I know how it gets. Girls be fighting at the club just because he was talking to you first. You don't even know the man's
You don't
real
even
name.
know. Why are you fighting?
You know,
That's
so
Because if I walk up to you guys,
I'm like, you want them, have them, bye.
I'm just conversating and I'm conversating. I don't know that I like any of y'all until I have a conversation with
Exactly.
you. Now, I might like the way you dress. I might like your chest. I might like your ass. But that's just me looking. So the conversation tells me, okay, yeah, we don't have too much in common. Yeah, she cool. This might be the one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And that was to my point, what I was gonna say earlier and everything. In that dynamic, when you have a man that's interjected into your group of girlfriends, and one girlfriend that he was trying to talk to doesn't like him, but another girlfriend was attracted to him and everything, and he could possibly be attracted to her, how do you know that that is not his soulmate, and they actually take that thing to the next level
Oh,
with
well,
marriage, kids, longevity of life?
Happening.
Why
Oh,
would,
well.
why would you block that dynamic from happening?
That like, what you call it?
You understand what I'm saying when I say that? Why block that?
Because
For the sake of
we
the
don't
cohesion, you
because a lot of people don't
it may not last
understand.
anyway. Is that why?
No, a lot of people don't
Jealousy,
understand.
envy.
Jealousy, envy, greed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
greed.
And that's
Yeah.
something that you have to work on within yourself, and you learn that with age. I feel
Well, I
like.
only say that, I only throw that soft love in there is because to me it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It
to
does.
Yeah.
But
Dictate
doesn't, but that's
what
how it
someone else's happiness should be.
yeah.
You shouldn't have any control.
Especially if even if they have that happiness, they still gonna be jealous of yours. So I mean,
That's almost like racism.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know the real definition of racism when another group controls the populace.
I think we try to control too much.
So your girlfriend group is controlling how this other person, you minimize and dictating how this other person interacts in that. So that's
Yeah.
a form of racism. Out in an isolated cube or pod in that group. You're distributing that to that other
I
person
mean,
and everything.
I get the fact he can't smash all y'all. I get that part. That's totally.
And maybe that's one of the concerns that y'all worry
But
that he's gonna get. Go ahead.
no, I get that. So we ain't talking about that in depth. But sometimes we talking about just a straight up meet and greet when somebody put designs on you and say, well, shoot, I want it. You don't even know him.
Yeah.
So how is it that
Yeah.
she gets to say no?
But I don't think it should. I don't know. I've never experienced it in that level. I have never experienced that. Like we all could look at somebody because all three of us will probably be like, "Oh, he fine," but it depends on who he pick. You know what I'm saying? And then we be kikiing to ourselves, be like, "Girl, he ain't even cute like that." And then she be like, "Oh, well, you wanna talk to him?"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That brings up another point.
Well, I was about to go ahead. Yeah.
Does money make you more appealing?
No.
That's a lie, y'all. Lying.
No,
No,
it's not.
no, we're not.
You better stop.
That's all right.
Hey, my old
Damn.
shallow self would have thought
No.
I don't
that.
believe that shit.
But no.
Because every boyfriend I ever had,
Oh, no, I got it.
good job.
I got a small chair. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Every boyfriend I had started off broke. Hell.
Man,
And I could have been there, but money is
And you can have all the money in the world and you can
Money,
still be
all
arrogant, ugly on the inside, ugly on the outside. So no.
It's nice
Yeah.
to be comfortable and stable, but it's not nice. I mean,
It
I
make
don't
you
look at
appealing,
that.
y'all.
I'm
Not
gonna
at
look
all.
I'm
that.
just saying, when I asked that question, I'm just like, is it like more appealing because they have women? To me,
Being stable is more appealing.
stability, a lot of stability and everything. To me, it kind of overrides the appearance and all that type
Yeah.
of stuff and
So to be
everything.
stable
In
is better.
a
Yes.
woman's
Better,
realm,
it's better than him being fine.
right?
Yeah.
Because
What
he
you
look
mean?
fine when he's stable. When he
Yeah, exactly. He got it
He
together.
look fine.
I don't have to be
Like,
nobody's
look,
mama.
That nigga look good. He down Ferrari.
But here's the question.
no.
No, it don't even matter. Because you can still be
stable.
stable and drive a Honda, honey. Like,
That is
you can
true.
still
True.
be
That's
stable.
true.
It depends on the conversation
Well,
you have with that
my
person.
main point is the stable part, not
Yeah.
what they have as far as tangible objects, but
Yeah.
the stable
Yeah.
part and the means to
probably
like,
have all
take
that
care
and a
of
lot of problems.
Well, the question.
That's appealing.
Well, the question for me then would be when you say You say stable, is that stable financially?
Well, I'm
Is
talking
that
about
stable
financials. I'm
mentally?
talking about.
Both.
I'm talking about all of that. I'm talking about all of that.
Then
Both.
That begs the question, okay, if he has to be stable, we talking about stable, but we talking about rich, that's two different things.
I'm actually talking about rich.
See, that's what
I'm
I
not-
mean.
I wouldn't want that
when
rich
y'all
man.
see someone and he's accessible, and he's rich, and he's wealthy, he's got something, does that not make him look different? He'd be ugly as hell.
I wouldn't want
Let's
that
say
rich
Lil
man.
Wayne, for example.
I knew, I was gonna really say that same thing, but I didn't wanna do that to him.
Let's bring it into play, though.
You know, I won't wanna do that to him.
Lil Wayne used to be fine. That used to be my biggest crush.
See?
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I used to have posters and everything.
I mean, just by looking at him and not knowing him, you're like, next. But if you get to talk to somebody and you know that person on a different
Seal.
level, what?
Just
What
like
you
how
say?
we love so.
Still.
Seal, the singer, same thing. I mean,
Same thing. What?
and what I say about Lil Wayne,
He
like,
said,
I don't
sit.
You talking
I
about
say
like
still because I bring up the age group.
I don't know who
Okay.
it is.
it's a
I
singer.
knew she wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. But
I'm looking like, what is he talking
Like, who
about?
is that?
just the average seal with money seal.
You know,
Like, yeah,
Seal
I know you talking about
Seal
just with
with
the
money
things in the, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you think?
Seal with, no, I wouldn't date nobody with too much money like that.
Okay, seal without money.
Yeah, if I would get to know him,
What
just
the hell is the difference with still without?
I mean,
Because
people
I
like
feel
that
like
could
y'all
be
are trying to-
arrogant and try to control
depends on-
and stuff like that.
It depends on.
I'm
It
going
depends
by
on that
looks.
person. It
Yeah,
Well,
depends
not
on that
going by
person.
Because
looks
what
per
you're
se
asking
like that,
is kind
but
of
no.
like, if they look wealthy, are they going to be more? Are you going to
But
be more
you don't know
attracted?
how that
No.
person
That's the
is.
point.
I think everybody
No,
has
You shouldn't
that.
even look at the money.
I don't
you know?
think that, because I think everybody, if you're dressed nice, if you have yourself put together, you're automatically gonna look at them different
Different.
than somebody in sweatpants or whatever.
That's
You're gonna
right,
go
each person
and
is
talk
different.
to the person that's dressed.
That's
better.
the point. The stereotype.
You're gonna automatically do
Stereotype.
that.
That's the exact point I'm saying.
Prime example. I hate keep giving out examples that I've been through, but I'm sorry.
There's the perfect
No, that's
example.
what the whole point of this show is.
Just like-
What you think?
When I was in the corporate world, I love guys that have on suits. That's me. I know I be joking with you. I be like, oh, that's not me. If he has on a suit, that's my weakness. Now, I was in a club one night. I met Holyfield. I guess he had just got finished practicing or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
And he came over and he was like, you want to dance? I was like, And I just turned back around. I was like, Tanya was like, Theresa, you know who that was? I said, oh, I don't care. And I was telling the person to give me my drink so I could go. And he just stood there. I didn't know if he was going to knock me out or...
Not knock you out.
Yeah, because he had it was two guys.
Not.
Two guys was standing on the side of him, and I was, the way I said it, he just stood there like,
You don't know who I am?
yeah.
You diss me like that?
I was like, But see, I didn't know who he was till later on.
That's my favorite kind of person that be like, you stupid fat bitch, I ain't want to talk to you anyway. I be like, oh, okay. All right.
In my Kevin Hart voice.
Oh,
What?
great. Like when you in the mall,
What?
especially. Yes. I've been all type of fat bitches.
See, I don't care about. I don't care about
men
all
do that.
that
When
stuff.
she just said she didn't know if he was gonna knock you out, yeah. If you would be an ugly bitch in a second, you ignore somebody. Especially where I'm from, where you go in New York, somebody trying to talk to you, what stupid
Yeah.
bitch, fuck you then.
You must be
Yeah, they
ignoring.
come out and say something.
Yeah.
I hate when guys come out and say, "What? This guy said something." I'm like, "What is he talking about?" Maybe I am old school. I don't know. Mama, you been fed? I'm like, fed what?
Sound like an old school dude that says something like that. No, you been fed.
I was like, fed what?
You trying to make you some chitlins for dinner.
I just kept walking. I was in some mall. I was like, what is he talking about?
That's probably a good dude too.
Hey,
He was gonna feed
He
you.
gonna feed you.
hey.
Oh my
Make sure you
goodness.
straight.
We be
That's
fed.
hilarious.
God somebody. I ain't never heard that.
I was like, no, you need to get gone.
Get going.
Get
You
gone.
been fed? Oh my goodness.
The mature spots, they're pretty cool. All the mature spots are pretty cool. Cigar rolls,
Yeah.
they got like a live
Never
jazz
been there.
spot over there.
I've been in there like buying cigars, but I've never sat. But they look pretty cool. They was in there talking about
Cigars?
real life. But it's a whole bunch of men in there. I can't just go in there and be like, "What's up, y'all?
Cigars.
Oh,
What's up, y'all? We finna smoke this
Yeah,
cigar.
Look.
Talk about old man things."
I feel right at home.
Money a lot.
They do. When I had went in
It's a
there,
nice spot to be in. You wanna
I had
talk
went
about
on
money.
my in there on my boyfriend's birthday to buy him some cigars, and their conversations were very mature. To talk about their children, college.
About real life
Real
stuff,
things,
serious
yeah.
stuff, you know. I'm actually blending conversations that we had
Okay.
yesterday with what I was actually saying just now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
It is a
Like
part
it-
of you holding your composure. You're not gonna go there.
It all
That's a
depends.
line.
No,
You're not
what,
just.
what happened was, that's my fault. I apologize. There was a question yesterday that came up about having one night stands.
Oh, so
And
you
everyone
yeah.
agreed that was up here yesterday. They agreed
Well, I
that
look
they
at
had
it, it's
one
not
night
safe to
stand.
have one night
And
stand.
I
everything.
feel yeah.
So
not no more, not right now, but in general.
Huh?
Period.
You,
It
so
just
you've never
happens
had
to-
a one night stand?
No, I never had a one night
You're
stand.
lying.
I have.
She lying.
You just told me a story the other day.
Your eyes.
Then you need to stop.
I'm
Sarah
playing.
did it. Oh,
No, I'm
tell
just
it,
playing.
tell it, Sarah.
See how
Tell
she
it.
reacted though? You see how she
She
reacted?
lying. When I looked at her face when she answered you, I could tell she was telling that.
Cause
I could tell.
that's not like it's. I feel like people judge people's sexual
It's not.
interactions
It's
too
not
hard.
judgy or anything. It's just a.
But I feel like other people be like, oh yeah, I would never do that. But like, are you living your best life?
People think they.
Well, I
I
never-
To totally.
Let's go to the other
thing.
part of that question. Have you ever slept with a man on the first date? Might not have been a one night stand. Y'all might have continued sleeping together. But have you ever slept with a man on the first
No.
first time y'all?
No. I tend to at least drag it out
For how long?
long as I can.
What's how long as I can? Let's get specific. Do we have a 90-day
A couple of
rule,
months.
60 days?
Now she lying.
Probably about. Yeah,
You
couple
stop
months.
lying to yourself.
I'm not lying.
You might
Stop lying to you too. You ain't never had sex.
Not
with
the
nobody
first
on the
date.
first
No, no.
What about wait? Okay, so say you
Yeah,
I
how
don't
bad-
have a one
how
night
bad I
stand, but the
want
one
to-
night stand did consider being as a first date.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's no.
So yeah, you had one night stand.
Yeah, I've had but not me going out on the date with a guy trying to get to know him. Then we end up at the motel
And then he on top of
yeah.
him.
No,
Yeah.
no, I never
So
had
you
that.
I
just
get
had
that.
one night stand, but you ain't deal with that person no more.
I mean, we did, but we wasn't in a relationship. We
It was
just
sporadic.
yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So it wasn't.
we wasn't that. Mm-mm.
So what is the difference in that though?
What you mean?
So right, because if you had the one night stand,
Because what, you want to have values with the date, but no values with the one night
Right, so
stand?
if
I
you
don't
had the
get
one
it.
night-
So the one night stand, you already know what type of person he is. You know he's not.
did you know it was gonna be a one night stand? You just
Yeah,
knew that.
no, yeah, of course, yeah.
'Cause there
I'm
is
going,
people
yeah,
like
I'm
that.
going
His
to
one or your one?
mine.
Oh.
Because reason being mine, because I already know what type of person he is. He's not relationship type. He's not husband type. He's not boyfriend
So why
material.
would you
So
even have sex with
Just
him?
use him for whatever.
pretty much, he fine. You know, he might got a big woo woo. So you know whatever.
Mike.
Huh?
Oh,
She's
who?
a big
A woo woo. Big woo woo.
I thought you said a woo.
Oh,
I'm being, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
The big woo woo was important.
yeah.
No,
It depends.
no,
Yeah.
it
I've
depends.
had-
Yes.
Well,
I'm
No, it's no, because you could be
Yeah.
like this, you
You
don't
can
know
have a
what
horse
you're
thinking
doing.
I know
Well,
what to do.
that depends if he
Elephant,
knows what he's
horse,
doing.
whatever. Yeah, you could be like, they still know what you're doing, but you could
Right.
be like,
And
be
then be like
outside
this.
and you know,
That's it.
woo, no, yeah, you know, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
If he like this, he ain't gonna know what to do.
you don't know that.
No, I'm saying, when I say like this, I don't mean
No,
like this, yeah, but you know, average
It's
size,
not
you know,
like this.
4-5 inches, you know,
Right.
and you know what you're doing.
Right.
But you got 9-10 inches, you be like, okay, what you doing? You know?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I mean, that to
Just
me,
one
that's
try
a
to
myth.
rabbit
That's a
fuck
myth.
you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
No,
a
that ain't
myth.
gonna
Rabbit,
work.
what is that?
What
Like,
the hell's a rabbit foot?
Bang, 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 bang,
not
bang, bang,
no
bang.
stroking, nothing.
Well,
Just,
pause me, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang,
No,
bang.
they watch too much porn.
Yeah, and they
that's
think-
what it is.
Yeah, yeah, what they call it, beat it up. Yeah.
you can beat it up with stroke though.
Yeah.
Y'all ever had your back blown out?
Yeah.
One.
What is that?
Wait a minute, hold up. That's one. I got one.
Oh,
But you be tired, you be sleep.
No.
So I'm guessing that's two.
Why is she acting shy now?
that's
No.
Teresa.
I try to blow their back out.
Okay.
my goodness.
That sound
Drop
about
a leg
right.
on that one.
That sound about right though.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
can't keep up sometimes, but it's okay.
True.
We'll try again next time.
What's juice?
Yeah.
She's a sportsman.
Yeah, good sportsmanship right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Use juice.
Yeah. You want some water, babe?
Nah, here's some
We
juice.
ain't over.
It's just you're not doing it.
Yeah.
What's the one sexual position that does it for you? Which
Doggy.
one? Which one?
Doggy.
That's one.
Yeah.
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 Pretty much.
3 doggies. All right.
Dogs all across the board. That's good shit. Good shit right there. Good shit.
Best kind of porn.
Oh, I don't watch porn.
Okay.
Girl on girl.
She out.
I'm out. I don't watch porn. I've never been like, ooh, let me watch some porn. Like, no.
All of it.
Yeah,
Except
all-
men and men.
I watch it all.
Okay.
Well, I'm with her. Ain't no man on my.
I mean, I watch it all.
I don't know. It's never been like when I probably could be like I probably watched like I don't know because I ain't never really been like let me watch some like
She
I
don't
like-
watch
like-
porn.
huh.
You don't watch some porn.
I have, but it's never been something I've been like I don't need no porn. I don't need no porn for that. That's not finna do that.
It's porn can be for the sport of it.
I'm not finna. I don't know. I just ain't never. It ain't never made me wet. It's just been like okay.
What makes you wet?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Like smells can like certain.
It
cologne can make
depends
you
on
wet.
that
It depends
person.
on the person.
That person. Because you can be with a person for years and not have no kind of attraction at all.
Yeah, that's
Then
weird.
how
You be like, you remember I was telling you that?
Mm-hmm.
You be like, oh.
Cause I could.
What's the question? What you say?
How can you be with somebody for years?
No, the question is, what makes you wet?
Well, that
Oh.
was the question. But I want to know how you can be with somebody for years.
That's
and
the
not
second.
have no
You gotta ask the first question. What's the first question?
Kissing on my neck and talking dirty.
That's it?
Yeah.
That ain't enough for you?
I'm just saying, niggas be doing shit like that like all the time.
I mean,
That's what turns her on.
Yeah.
That's what turns her
And
on.
just dripping. They be in the bread section like,
Soften it up.
but no, you gotta smell good too, you know.
he got the Tommy Hilfiger, top forward, he's squeezing the bread.
You gotta smell good too,
damn.
and that sexy talk, and you know all.
This
You know.
this potato bread is off the damn chain. That shit. So it's all that. Okay.
I mean, but it can't be
But the second
anybody.
part, he had a second part to that. He had a second.
How are you with somebody for 2 years if there's no attraction?
I guess I don't know, I felt sorry for him. I
God,
guess.
Tomati.
That's weird because I could not do it. I have to have sex.
And
I
y'all
can't.
didn't have sex for 2 years?
Mm-mm. When
And
he
what was
came
y'all-
by my house, I was like, oh,
What was y'all
I'll
classification?
go to sleep.
What was y'all class? Were y'all boyfriend, girlfriend? Or?
Yeah, he was pushing it more than anything, and then he was a nice person, but
Nice people don't come by your house. I meet you for coffee or I see you out in the street. You come to my house.
I know that was kind of. I just, I don't know why I done that.
2 years. I give you 2 months.
I don't know.
You ain't like nothing about it?
She
Not
did.
that- Yeah,
she did.
something. He
She
was there
liked
for
that
2
he would
years.
spend time with her and take her out and do what she.
No, I could get anybody to spend time
But
with me and take
then
me out.
then what was the point?
There was something there.
You like that he would
Well,
go
I
and
guess
spend that time
he
with
was
you.
smart.
Yeah.
He was smart. He was we could have a good intelligent conversation on, talking about stuff.
He was
That's-
accessible.
Yeah, that was it. But for as this sexual, it wasn't there. It wasn't there.
But he was accessible. In other words, he showed a want for you. Was that important?
Yeah,
That
he
is
was.
important.
Yeah, he wanted me.
That's honesty though.
I never-
She be honest,
I'm gonna
though.
take my hat off to that cat for 2 years and yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
That's admirable that he would hang in.
Yeah, that I'd take my hat off to him because that
Yeah.
No,
tip my
yeah,
head.
I mean, he wouldn't hang in.
I'm taking like this here. That ain't happening with me. That's 2 years.
No.
Right.
Hell no.
But who's to say he wasn't out doing what he was wanting to do?
Well, that's
That
true.
could be true.
That's what I'm saying. He could have just been trying to wear her down while he was out doing marrying
slow walk.
Sarah and Sue. So I mean, you know,
He could have been a genuinely good guy and said, I'm gonna wait on this
That
one.
is also true.
Yeah.
what they
That's
what that unicorn is?
Yeah.
I could tell you a lie now, but I already done said I wouldn't do it, so I can't
Don't lie to me, make it sound fly to me. Don't do that.
But there are unicorns. There are men that don't do stuff.
Unicorns are real.
There are genuine men out there.
Then jail.
Hell, I don't know. I hope not.
Where?
Either jail, married, or
But
dead.
y'all gotta think. But at the same time, we are responsible for who we end up with too.
True.
We pick the same kind of men over and over,
Yeah.
and then once we realize, oh, we don't want that no more, we have to change it. But we still be going back to them ones that we know we ain't supposed to be with. They do all the things that we don't want them to do, but we still end up with them, and that's our own fault. Because you allow to be treated that way.
That
Look at
raises
the
another
youngster up
question.
in here dropping that science. Go ahead, girl.
I
That raises
know.
another question and everything. Do you think you choose the man, or does the man choose you?
We allow ourselves to be chosen the way we're chosen.
So you said so you choose.
So yes, men do choose us because a lot of men are going to come to you first. But you're going to see them red lights and be like, it's okay. It's all right. He'll gonna change. And then end up in the same toxic
Same.
bullshit over and over and over.
Over and over
So is that
again.
you choosing, or is that
Yes.
him
That's you being generalizing, normalizing it.
My opinion, my experience, I choose the representative. The reason why I say that, because you can only be a certain person for so long. And a man will come to you, that's why they ask, what do you like to do? What do you like in a man? Me personally, I would never tell a man, what do I like in a man? Because if you're a man, you should know
You
what
should
you
know.
how to
But
treat
at
a
the
woman.
same time,
Exactly.
we will still see the flaws in that representative and still just be like, okay. And then what with me as a woman personally, I start to fall in love with somebody. I know I make up stuff in my head that makes it better than what it is. I love harder than what it actually is. So I'm making up this shit in my head that they're doing for me or something like that. I'm not making it up. It might have a little bit, but I don't know how to explain it to where I don't sound crazy, but
No,
I'm making this shit up. Like, okay,
You're
Fantasizing it more.
giving everything that he does extra fluff.
when it's regular
When
stuff.
it's regular stuff and everything, you're giving it like extra.
And then that's what's keeping me
and
there.
it's keeping you there. You're like putting extra highlights.
And
on
then once
like
it goes sour, then I'm like, oh, you wasn't shit, da da da, because of all the shit that I made up for my own self, but I can't be mad at nobody but myself.
And I think that's a great analogy that you just came
That's
up
what
with
I
right there.
think.
I think a lot of people probably do that and everything when they try to stay in relationships that aren't good for them or whatnot.
Yeah.
They give the good stuff extra credence or extra highlights.
regular
that
stuff.
Make them feel better that okay, it's all good and everything. Okay, yeah, he did it, but he's doing this, all this or whatnot. You know, so
Yeah.
and it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So. Man, that's something else. You know, and I've talked to women before that been in like abusive relationships, like really abusive relationships, and they struggle to find a way out. And like one of them in particular, I think what she was doing at the time, she was trying to think of a strategic way of exiting the relationship. She was trying to like do stuff to structure it to whereas he would want to like not
leave her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right, and that was her way of doing it. But it's like a
Backfire.
long process in order to do it that way, so it doesn't make like she's bad.
And then
Yeah.
you got to think a lot of people that are abused, they be beat on, and then he goes and takes them on trips and buys them everything
Right. And I
makes
can
them
feel
feel so loved and manipulates them.
Right.
And then she's trying to get that back. You know, because, okay, he's not all that bad because we just went on this nice trip. You know, you're trying to get that.
It make it
Yeah,
seem
you're
like
trying to
it's
make
their
it seem
fault.
like, oh, he really does love
Yeah.
me. He just messed up that one
He
time.
just
He's not
messed
gonna
up
do
that.
it again.
Yeah, even though he had probably have done it
You know,
several
smacked her
times.
around,
Yeah.
punched her in the face. She was out hanging out with a girlfriend. She came home at 1:30. He smacked her up because she came home.
And then
too
you
late.
try to find that.
Her hair was out of place in one way because you know
So automatically she a hoe.
she a hoe and you cursing her out and saying all type. Is this like ringing any bells? Anything like
Yeah.
Y'all so quiet.
But I mean,
What's going on?
I fought with my exes, but I ain't never really get beat on like that because I ain't finna get beat on. I done seen.
I feel like there's something else going on in here that we're not seeing.
Well, I was in a domestic relationship, but he only had one time to do that.
I felt.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of energy from
Yeah.
I'm staring right at
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah, it was like this, because I didn't know he was, doing cocaine or whatever. Like, he had no signs or whatever. So it was like one day he got something that was fresh off the boat. I don't know.
Booger sugar take
Yeah.
your ass up.
And
That shit delicious. Go ahead.
And he had his own place, I had my own place, but we, just going back and forth, I'll stay here, he'll stay here, whatever. We was in a relationship, and one day he came to my place and he just snapped. And I ain't gonna say we was fighting, I was trying to fight him off. He was bigger than me, so, he got the best of me or whatever. So, I didn't call the cops then, because I'm gonna get you back. You not gonna put your hands on me and just think it's okay. So he liked to get drunk a lot with his friends or whatever. So I'm being nice to him the following day. Baby, you want me to do this, such, whatever? And he was like, no, I'm going out with boys later on tonight. I said, well, I'll be at your spot, when you get there or whatever. He came home, to his house around about 3 that morning. Mm-hmm. I was up waiting on him, had everything planned out, because I already had put a restraining order out on him. So the reason I wasn't supposed to be there.
That's illegal. Yeah.
I know. But he came there. He didn't know he had a restraining order out. He didn't get it till, I think, like a couple days after. Mm-hmm. So he came to the house, whatever. He was pissed and drunk, whatever. I had a tube of Gorilla Glue.
Keep on talking. I want to hear what.
I had a tube of Gorilla Glue. He was pissed and drunk. I put some on his eyelids. I put some on his pee hole. His butthole was stuck together.
That damn drunk?
His balls was stuck to his leg, and I got the hell on.
Are you for real?
I'm dead serious.
God damn, you evil as hell.
How's that? You finna put your hands on me and think you finna get away with it? No.
You got him.
That was my first and only time that I've, been abused like that.
Right.
So I tell, not in the beginning, but eventually I tell whoever I'm dating, if you ever think about putting your hands on me, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
Get your pee hole.
Whatever comes to mind.
Get your pee out.
Whatever comes to mind. So. So yeah.
You hurt him.
He hurt me.
He hurt you.
Yeah.
But you hurt him.
Of course.
But
you
see,
can't do
guys
that.
don't understand when you get to that point of hurting that woman. It ain't no. She just goes out of her her norm and doing things.
I ain't never had that experience.
That's why I try to just back off. I try to ask questions. Am I? I just don't like to be overbearing. Mm-hmm. In a relationship, or if I'm seeing anybody, I just back off, because I know how. If I really like that person, I know how I can be. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done the same thing. I put blue stork ointment in somebody underwears and fold it back up and put them back in the drawer. He's at work just. This was like, we related.
Yeah, we cousins.
Everybody not gonna know what that does to people. Blue Star Ointment, people don't know about it.
Well, he was burning.
Yeah, he was burning. Exactly.
But he was doing some foul stuff. That's the only. I would have never went that way if, because he was just seeing other people, and then I was like, how could he? Really? Then he would come back saying, okay, we're going on this. He was the point, he was a person that when he does crazy stuff, he would come back and say, T, I got us a trip to go on a cruise. I got us a trip to do this. Thinking, that was gonna make everything okay. And then if, whatever he was doing, I said, okay, you doing this, I'm gonna show you how to play this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when I said, you going next door, which I said another county is next door. I said, I'm gonna show you how to do this. how about I go to another country?
Mm.
And that's what I did. And we had a store together and everything, and he was looking. He found out when I got back.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got locked in the house.
You locked you in the house?
Yeah,
For how long?
about a day or two.
You locked you in the joint? Dang. Okay.
So you were locked
She
in
went
the
on a
house
cruise
for-
with another man, and he locked in the house.
Now cheating, if you cheat, okay, go
But he
like
was
this.
cheating the whole time.
I ain't gonna do that till you cheat. I mean, if you do something to me physically, try to harm me, then yeah, I'm finna get you back. But if you just cheat, okay, whatever.
And
I get over it.
He was just doing it, just doing stuff, and then he, you know, just like my cousin's like, I just saw so and so coming down the road. I was like, really? I said, okay. So I called him on the phone. I was like, where are you? Oh, I'm on 49. You know, 49 is
Yeah.
coming from Macon.
Mhm.
He was coming from Tweeds County.
Yeah,
Those are two different.
opposite.
I said, okay, I just see you at the store when you get here.
Yeah, this
Then-
total opposite direction.
He got to the store. What you go cooking tonight? I said, I don't know. I might fry some chicken. I don't know.
Mm.
That's why you always talk about chicken. So, got home. I said, you need to leave. Wherever you came from, you need to go back. I don't have time for it. Just, bye-bye.
Okay. I think we have about 2 hours or more worth of footage here.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So I think we're good. Don't stay right there, because we got to do one more thing before we wrap up.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, good.
In unison, y'all ain't got to be singing, but in unison, I want you guys to say, real women prefer.
1, 2, 3.
Real women prefer.
Lovely. Perfect.
You sound like Bob. Bless lovely.
Mm-hmm. And that's a wrap. We're done.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One thing I want to say is, I really appreciate, I'm sure Preach appreciates this as well.
You can't speak for me.
I really appreciate you for being so transparent and sharing what you shared, because you didn't have to.
Yeah.
And everything, you know, there's a lot of things are personal you don't really want to talk about or anything. So we really appreciate that. And I think the stories that you've told and the things that you've said, I think that they will translate and someone will, you know, respond, you know, to that, because it's authentic.
Mm-hmm.
What you said, it's not, you know, scripted or, you know, anything like that. We didn't talk about it beforehand. It was organic conversation, and you said what you felt, and it was from your heart and everything. I think that would resonate with people out there, because they would see that, they would feel that. People can tell when you're doing something that's not right or phony. You can tell. Our president is a testament to that.
Yeah.
You can tell that. So, thank you. We really appreciate that. And thank you. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I was just kidding when you said that. We really do appreciate y'all. Well, for one, spending y'all Sunday here.
So I'm
Because
supposed to
we
be
kept
cooking
you
power.
almost all day, half a day.
Yeah. So we appreciate the time,
Seriously, that's what
the candid conversation, all the stuff that you guys shared. So, yeah. Go partake.
You don't have to leave. We're not cooking now.